everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another 18 plus today. Today's reading is going to be about, wait, did I say I'm your girl Cupid if you don't already know me? Okay, any info about me is going to be in the description box below if you're new to my channel. Sorry, just had to get that intro in there. You know, I don't like to assume everybody who clicks on the video is a subscriber. Sometimes people are new. Sometimes this is the first time you're coming across my channel. So thank you for clicking. And we're going to get into your reputation. Okay, we're going to get into your reputation. And this just has to do with your reputation in love, your reputation in relationships, sex, whatever comes out, right? We're just going to have a little fun. I did pre-shuffle one card from this, what is it called? This is a pirate playing card deck, the famous Pirates playing card deck, and I got this, maybe I got this in, I got these in Florida. I forgot where exactly, but I have been dying to use this card deck. Nobody, well, I don't say nobody knows, but high key, I do collect playing cards. I don't just get any cards though. Like, I try and get cards that like resonate, and I love pirates. I love black, white, and red. You know what I'm saying? I like skulls. And so I've been trying to find like a way to incorporate this in the channel. So I was like, you know what? As we're talking about reputation, and why not use the famous pirates? You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see how this is going to go. I just got one card here for each group to kind of give us an idea of what your reputation is like. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm excited, okay? So anyway, let's just get into the groups, okay? Group one is going to be this obsidian. I forgot what it's called. It's like this, it's not called a spotted obsidian, but it has these little gray spots. I got it a while ago, a long time ago. So this is group one. Group two is just going to be a clear quartz. Okay. And group three is going to be this pink tourmaline. Okay. As always, there is going to be a picture inserted so that you can pause the video and meditate on which group you belong to. And all timestamps for each group will be in the description box below. So, catch you at your reading. All right, hi group one. You have chosen the obsidian. Okay, we're gonna get right into flipping this card over. Okay. So, what's your reputation, group one? We got the Seven of Wands. Okay. So already you might be possessive, you might get jealous, but let's read. What does this say? This says, oh, so every card, well, not every card, but some of the cards have like famous pirates on them, and they give you a little something, something about them. So we have Roche Brasiliano, a drunkard, famous for his cruelty. He was elected pirate captain and terrorized Spanish shipping. Wow. Okay, so your reputation, some of you are possessive, some of you get jealous, some of you can be destructive, okay? Now, if that does not resonate as far as like the destruction part, some of you could just be, maybe just the possessive aspect of that resonates. Maybe you just are, dang, maybe I should have said trigger warning in the beginning of this video. But anyway, like, let's do that now. So, remember that your reputation really is 100% based off of how people perceive you, based off either what they've experienced with you or what they've heard other people say they experienced with you, okay? So if you feel like it's not you, like, at the end of the day, you know your truth, okay? But I do see maybe you have had maybe some toxic relationships and you acted out. Maybe there was destruction of property. in some instances for you. But let's I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the rest of your cards so we can see, like, where's this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Where's this coming from? So I'm gonna shuffle, and I will see y'all on the other side. Right, group one. Okay, so man, this is interesting. So what I'm getting for you, group one, is I do want to go back to the Seven of Wands here with the Roche Brasiliano. Okay, I'm going to read it again. He says, a drunkard famous for his cruelty. He was elected pirate captain and terrorized Spanish shipping. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that there are people who say you are a bit cruel, right? There are people who think that you are a bit cold-hearted. For some of you, maybe you have been destructive. But what I get overall, I'm really not getting that it's just out of sense of because you are just a destructive person. What I'm seeing, or that you're a cruel or mean person. What I'm seeing really with the Seven of Wands is that you are protective of self, right? You could be possessive, right? But when I look at these cards, I don't even see it about you being possessive of other people, but you are very possessive or protective of your own peace, right? And so I feel like that's where this is coming in, where you come off as cruel or even selfish, right? Because when I see this about terrorizing Spanish shipping, it doesn't say that he went and stole from the Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Terrorizing is like destroying. So I'm getting like karma, right? Like if somebody does you wrong, you will go and you will F their shit up, right? Or if you feel like something is your enemy or someone is your enemy or it's out to get you, you have no problem putting it in its place and asserting where you stand, right? Your boundary. Like, you have no problem defending yourself, even if it means going on another person's territory, right? Like, people, what I'm feeling here is that people can't escape your wrath, right? Like, some people might feel like, oh, they can go and do you wrong, but then run back to their house and lock the door. And it's like, no, I'm gonna knock the door. I'm gonna knock that door down. Now, some of you may have like actually gone to somebody's house before. Like, maybe you've been cheated on or caught somebody infidelity or something, and you went to their house, okay? And you had no problem, like, and then the big bad wolf, right? Like, that's what I'm getting here. Like, you have no problem being the villain when somebody fucks with you, is what I'm getting, right? Now, your cards here, we have the Empress, we have Two of Pentacles, and we also have the Ten of Cups, okay? So, first of all, with the Empress and the Ten of Cups, you always get what you want, okay? What I'm seeing here is that your reputation is that you get what you want, right? It's almost like people have to succumb to you, right? I want to go back to he was elected captain, right? So at the end of the day, you're the leader. You're the queen, you're the king, you're the empress, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you run the show, all right? And you're going to get what you want regardless. If somebody comes at you funny, if somebody betrays you, you're going to get your lick back and then you're going to go on and continue to do you after that, right? You always get what you want is what I'm getting here, with the Empress and then the Ten of Cups. And then even with this Two of Pentacles, I feel like it's like you have no problem switching up, because we have all these three different couples. And so it's like you have no problem switching up your priorities. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like you also prioritize self. And I also get this like selfish energy, right? In terms of priorities, right? Like if one thing doesn't work out, you're going to go to the next thing. If that doesn't work out, you're going to go to the next thing. Your priorities are always going to be in alignment with yourself. And maybe some people felt like you juggled them in the past, right? Maybe you have a reputation of juggling partners, switching people out. Like if you don't mess with one person, you just switch them out with the next. Or maybe you're somebody that people feel have had multiple partners at one time. And for some of you, that could be like literally at one literal time. Or maybe just you were dating multiple people at once. But it's because like, I'm just saying, like, it's almost like people feel like you can get anybody that you want. You can have anybody that you want. And maybe not necessarily anybody that you want, but that you don't need to, it's like you really just don't have to want for nothing, pretty much, right? Like, I get also with the Two of Pentacles, like your hands are full. Okay? Alright, it's like you don't have a problem like just changing the plan. You know, and I feel like your priorities can change too. Like I feel like there's an unpredictableness here, because at the bottom of this deck we have the Eight of Cups. And so it's like you don't have a problem like reevaluating what's going to work and what doesn't work, right? Like, because if you see these cups here, you have these cups on the ground and then you have these cups up here. And so and you only have 2 cups up here, you have 2 cups here, you got 4 cups here. And so it's almost like things are being sorted out, right? You don't have a problem re-strategizing, reevaluating, sorting things out if things aren't working for you. But I feel like this comes from a place of protecting your own peace, right? You see this Empress, how she's leaned back. She's not really stressed for nothing. Even in this Ten of Pentacles, this woman, she's being, you know, pleased by this person here. And he only got 1 cup, right? There's like this sorting this sorting that I'm getting here, where maybe she gave him 1 cup, but she's keeping the rest of her cups to herself. And so it's like you aren't willing to get off your throne, is what I'm feeling like. Like you're not willing to get off your throne. Even in all these pictures, most of the women are sitting, right? And you don't have to be a woman, but like she's sitting here. Even in this picture, she's sitting on him, you know, as a chair. She's sitting down on, and she's not sitting here, but you know, and then sitting down on another person. This one sitting down, okay? And I see in these other pictures she's sitting too. And so it's like you have this throne, like you're not putting in too much effort, right? There's this energy of like you don't really put in too much effort, but once somebody F's you over, or once somebody makes you feel like you have to be defensive, you don't have a problem putting that defense up. You don't have and like I said, you don't have a problem getting your lick back, right? Because maybe that's part of your defenses, you know what I'm saying? If you got to step over the line to show somebody that they're not going to do you wrong again, you'll do that because you take your territory, which is yourself, you take it seriously, all right? And, you know, the thing is, some people will be like, oh, you know, if you have multiple, you don't respect yourself. But at the end of the day, do you let those people disrespect you? You know what I'm saying? You can talk to 3, 4, 5, 20 people, but do you let those, how do those people treat you? How do you let them treat you? How do you allow them to treat you? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anyone says. You don't allow people to treat you funny. And that's why you have this reputation of being a little scary, right? Of being a little defensive, of being a little cruel, maybe mean. Maybe you have high standards. Maybe people feel like once you cut them off, you don't let them come back, right? Maybe people feel like when they mess with you, they always get some type of karma, right? Maybe you don't go knocking on people's door. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean karma doesn't come knocking on their door, right? People feel like, you know what I'm saying? But people definitely feel like you sin for them, right? Like, if they do you wrong, you're going to send something for that ass, okay? Now, let's get into these cards. So, underneath the Empress, we do have the Seven of Swords here. Now, remember when I said you will go knocking on people's door? See, people think that with this Seven of Swords and this little fortress here, that they can do you wrong and be safe in their castle. But you see, all these swords are facing towards this castle. You'll get them back. You know what I'm saying? But I also see this in another way where it's like maybe people try to, there have been people who try to like test your boundaries, right? But your boundaries are stronger than they anticipated, right? Your defenses are stronger than they anticipated. They think they can take you, right? But they really can't, okay? I feel like your reputation is also that you have strong defenses because of people's betrayal in the past and because of people's weird behavior in the past. And that's why you have, these strong defenses up, okay? Then over here we have the High Priestess, and this is right under the Two of Pentacles. So that's 2-2. So twos might be important for you. Threes might be important to you. I feel like with having the High Priestess right underneath this Two of Pentacles, I feel like this is about you being able to kind of like see through people, right? You're kind of able to kind of peep when people are full of shit or when people aren't for you, right? There's a defensive here too with the way she's sitting, you know? She's sitting on top of this book. She's holding this key. And it's like, and you see these people behind her. Oh, I've never even noticed that. These two guys behind her, like, trying to get to this book, trying to get to this key. And she's like, no. And so it's like, at the end of the day, people can say what they want about how many partners you've had, or people can say what they want about how you move from partner to partner or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's because, it's because you're not just going to let somebody have the keys to the book just willy-nilly. You can mess with one person, but once they seem untrustworthy, you don't give them anything anymore. Once somebody seems weird and funny, you shut them out. You know what I'm saying? And you move on to the next. And that's your intuition, right? Your priorities. You prioritize yourself. And that comes with discernment. You have this discernment of when somebody is just not worth your energy and not worth access, okay? Like I said, there's all this sorting here where it's like you might throw a dog a bone, but it's going to be a small bone. And you're going to be eating good in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have your little scrap, but that little scrap is not equivalent to the full feast that I have for myself, that I've prepared for myself. I'm not just going to let anybody walk up in this house and feast off my table when you're stealing and shipping food back to your homies, right? Right? Terrorized Spanish shipping. Yeah, you don't let people just take what they want wherever they want, right? You don't let people just take what they want from you or just take anything. No, you're gonna if they want to take some stuff, they want to do you wrong, they want to steal from you, they want to be disloyal, they want to be dishonest, they want to be weird, you know they want to move weird. Then you're gonna F them up. You're gonna make it so they can't move. Oh, you thought you were about to ship some things? You're not gonna ship a goddamn thing. I'm sorry I'm getting snappy, but I feel like that's like the energy I'm getting here. Like you can, like, if you have to be the villain, you will be the villain. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you do have this reputation of cruel, but it's like, it's not from a place of evilness. It's, I was almost about to say it's politics, but it doesn't even have to be like, that might resonate for some people, but it's not about being a villain. It's about making sure people know where the boundaries are, right? if you cross a boundary, I'm going to cross your boundary, right? Cross mine, I cross you. And that's where we come to this Queen of Swords here. You see these two swords crossing in the background? Like, Queen of Swords already don't play that. Queen of Swords already got strong defenses up. But it's like it's like saying, look, you need to get down on one knee and you need to serve me. You need to prove your loyalty to me. First, I have more things I will say in a second. But it's like, you need to prove your loyalty to me. You need to show me that you're not going to cross me. Because, look, I'm ready for them swords to cross. You see, she got them in the back. She got one on her hip, and she got two in the back. Look, cross me once, I got two more for you. You won't do it again. Right? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords right here. Oh, did I even start the timer? I did. Good. And this is the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, see how he's like creeping up on this door, looking in this hole? Like I said, with the Seven of Swords, people be trying you. People be trying to see through the defensives. People be trying to, like, people try and test whether you're gonna do something, right? They want to sell their ships all up in your territory, thinking they finna be shipping stuff, and you're like, no, because you knew this was my territory. Before you even came in this direction, you knew the boundaries that I put in place. So now I gotta fuck you up because you want to cross the boundary. You thought it was a joke. You're trying to see how this person's trying to test with the Three of Swords, right? You had your heart broken. You've been hurt. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. You've been betrayed. And so it's like, for you at this point, it's like, to protect my peace, anybody who crossed the boundary is not going to get any mercy. And that's why I feel people saying, like, you're not forgiving. You will not show mercy to people who try and play in your face like you're not really about it. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be trying to act like you're not really about it when really you are. And I feel like at the end of the day, people want to test your boundaries because you really are that bitch. And let me tell you why you're that bitch. First of all, you have the Empress here, but I'm not going to get into that. This High Priestess, she got a headpiece on. You know what I'm saying? She got a headpiece on. She has the key to the book. Right? It don't matter what anybody says. It don't matter what anybody thinks. At the end of the day, anybody who's speaking or thinking on your reputation knows that it is a fact that you got the sauce, right? Look at this key. This is a big key too. You got it. And that's why you have to be cruel. That's why you have to have defenses. That's why you have to set people straight, because you actually have something to lose. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. You actually have something to lose. And let me tell you, people talk and say what they want, but they want to please you. I'm going to say it again. People can talk and say what they want, but at the end of the day, they want to please you. They want to please you because they want what you have. They want to please you. They want to make you offers. And all these, well, not all of them, but look, this one, boobs out. This one, boobs out. And then even in these last two, the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords, she is, in both of these pictures, somebody is like literally sucking on her boobs. Like, people want to please you. Like, you are mother is what I'm getting. Like, that's what I heard. You are mother, right? At the end of the day, people be sucking it up because they know you got that juice, girl. And you don't even have to be a girl. You could be a guy. You could be anybody. But you got that juice. Even in this Eight of Cups, people will do what they need to do to please you, to convince you, right? Eight of Cups. This is like, to me, negotiating, evaluating. Like, they're trying to convince you that it's worth it. They are worth letting in. But see, you're already peeping the game. That's why you got your cups sorted out. You're not going to put all your eggs in one basket. You're not going to give everybody or give anybody 100% full access, full on, right? They have to go through these testing phases, right? I'm seeing like what's it called? like foreplay. I'm getting like foreplay, right? There's like a preliminary period here. Sorry, I feel like I was talking real loud. Probably because I'm a little dehydrated. But I feel like there's like this preliminary period people have to go through. Even with the Two of Pentacles, it's like trials, right? So this could be taken like different partners, but it also be taken into like different trials, different tests, different positions or scenarios, right? People have to go through these trials with you to earn levels of access to you, okay? Now, I do see that for a lot of you, if you're a woman, you have a beautiful chest. People really like your chest. Because even here, like, he's grabbing her on her chest. Ooh, even this one underneath, she's like squeezing them together. And she's squeezing them together here too. And so the chest area is really prominent in this. Ooh, but then also I'm thinking like a treasure chest, right? A buried treasure, right? Because like when I think of somebody defending a territory, it's like goods. Yeah, shipping goods, you know? And so it's like, you got the key. You have a key to, it's like, I hope that resonates. Like, I really hope that's making sense because I'm getting kind of metaphorical. But it's like, you are the one that actually has something worth taking. Okay? And so I'm getting with the Roche Braziliano also, where it's like, people come in acting like they're trying to bring you something, but really they're trying to take from you. And that's why you have to terrorize them. Or that's why I'm reading this, like, why there's terrorizing happening, right? This cruelty happening because you can see through it. You can see through when people are pretending to bring you something, pretending to offer something, when at the day what they really want with the Three of Swords, like I said, is to see if they can. See, he's looking into a lock, right? What they really want is to see if they can take something from you. Okay? Anyway, any more messages? All right, y'all. I don't really think I have any more messages here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It's not really like a... Do I have any more messages? Not really. I just know that... I just know people can talk what they want. I do want to say this. People will talk that ish, but at the end of the day, if they had the opportunity to get with you, they would. Is what I'm saying. If they had the opportunity to get with you, they 100% would, but they like to talk that mess. And I do feel like some people like to talk about how many people you've dated or how many people you've been with. But at the end of the day, with the Two of Pentacles, what they don't really want to admit is that when you drop people, you drop people. You're not really out here just getting with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some people try and like play it like that, like you get with anybody, but they know deep inside, and a lot of people know, they might talk whatever, but they know that the real tea is that you don't just get with anybody, and that anybody cannot just have a turn. That you actually have to prove something and come with something. But it's like people will be bitter because they're not the ones who got with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they weren't the ones that got with you, they try and act like, oh, well, they've been with this person, you know, they a pastor or whatever. But really they bitter that they aren't the one that got a chance. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this reading and it resonated, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, Group 1. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading let's go ahead and flip this card over and see what is your reputation, okay? Oh, we got the Four of Wands. Ahoy, matey. X marks the spot. And then we have walk the plank. Okay, and these are pirate sayings. So I'm getting like a lot of exclamations. I'm getting a lot of excitement. I'm getting declarations even. Four of Wands. Wow. Walk the plank. Ooh, so I feel like first of all, your reputation, for some of you, you have no problem catcalling. And I know there's like controversy about that. You don't have to be a disrespectful catcaller. That's up to you. You know you. But for some of you, you have a reputation for like not being afraid to like shoot your shot, right? With the X marks the spot. You don't have a hard time. You may be really charismatic. You might be a flirt. For others of you, if you're not the person who has no problem flirting, you get hit on a lot, is what I'm saying. Like, your reputation is that a lot of people hit on you. Whenever you go out, you're the person that people come up to, right? Like, if you're in a group of friends, like, you're going to be the friend that people are more likely to walk up to and say something to, or yell at from across the room. What's up? Yeah, I feel like that's a confirmation because my ear just got hella itchy. Like, but for some of you, yeah, I think it really is like you have a lot of enthusiasm. I think is your reputation with the Four of Wands. Like, it's either you have a lot of enthusiasm or you inspire a lot of enthusiasm. But I think it's the first one for most of you. Like, you have no problem with the X marks the spot. And then walk the plank. So for some of y'all, you are. This is a lot of masculines in this group, or males, or men, or however you want to. Whoever got a plank. You know what I'm saying? This is your group. Like, you have no problem shooting your shot. And I do feel like with the Four of Wands, some of y'all are successful. And then also I'm looking at this saying pirate sayings. So you might have like some pickup lines that like actually work. Or you just have pickup lines and like that is like a defining factor or a defining characteristic of like your style or like that people think about, right? That you have these like pickup lines, okay? I hear you got game. So anyway, let me go ahead and shuffle the rest of your cards and I will see y'all on the other side, okay? Group 2, let me tell you. I love how this is completely different energy than group 1. Like group 1, it was sexy, but there was a lot of hater energy in there. This one, I feel like this is the baddie group, right? Either you're a baddie or you're a hot boy or you're just like really attractive. But first of all, let me just get into your reading, right? With you have Four of Wands here. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Already here, first of all, with the Wheel of Fortune, I heard get lucky. Right? So when people feel like... Oh, and then with the Four of Wands, it's like making a wish. So people feel like when they shoot their shot at you... If shooting their shot works, they got lucky. Right? With the Wheel of Fortune here. Like... It is like a wish come true, and that's why it is kind of like, it's like you are this buried treasure, you know what I'm saying? Because even with this Queen of Pentacles. You see how she's like holding this pentacle right in between her legs? It does make me think of like X marks the spot. Like, this is the goal. You know, when people see you, like you're this hot person standing across the street or standing across the room at the function or wherever people see you, and it's like high key the goal is to get into that, right? See these wands like floating on this river next to her, like, so it's like they're floating by like hoping, like, you know what I'm saying, if only I could get in there, you know what I'm saying? They're shooting, you know, they're wishing, right? And so they shoot their shot to get here. And if they get there, right, you're the Queen of Pentacles, first of all. So you're straight up a catch, okay? If they get into that with the Wheel of Fortune, they got lucky, right? Like, it's like all their wishes come true, right? It's like the treasure chest opening and there being like a smorgasbord of just treasures of gold coins and jewels and sparkly things, right? Like, it's like all their dreams coming true if they can get with you. You know what I'm saying? And so I do feel like for some of you, you could be hard to get. Okay? You could be hard to get. Maybe some people, if you're the person that shoots their shot, then people feel like whoever you pick to shoot your shot at is a lucky person, right? They're a lucky person. Like you might have that reputation. You don't have a problem making your interests known, but at the same time, like, you don't shoot your shot at anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't just talk to anybody. You just don't hit on anybody. Like, if somebody gets your attention, they're lucky to have that attention, is what I'm feeling like, because you're a catch. You, like, with the Queen of Pentacles here, you're just like, I feel like you're a bad one. You are a baddie, okay? For sure. I'm also thinking of like Megan Thee Stallion. So you could be really tall, or you could just have really nice thighs, like a nice thigh butt area. You might be able to do the little squat bounce that she does, because I'm seeing a lot of bending over and squatting. And so, like, you just might have like a powerful figure or a nice full figure, or you just might look really strong, or you just might be built kind of like, it's like the way you're built. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight up magnificent body is what I'm getting. Like, you could have a broad chest, or you could have broad hips, waist ratio going on here. But what I think is funny with this, we have the devil here at the bottom of the deck. And so basically, like, when people get with you, what I'm getting, I feel like people feel like you're a trap. Okay? Right? See how, like, it says walk the plank, right? Like, that's a trap, you know? And so it's like people might feel like if you hit on them, right? Because I feel like it might go both ways for you, right? Like, you have people hitting on you, but and you know, obviously they feel like, you know, this is like the buried treasure, right? This is the goal. But if you hit on other people, it might be so like shocking to them, because you are such a catch, that they feel like it's a trap with the devil here. Like you're, like, there's these ulterior motives, or that they're going to get caught up. People might feel like they're going to get caught up dealing with you, because there's something about you that is very addictive. I also feel with the Wheel of Fortune, people say that you, and I say people say, but, you know, it's about your reputation or whatever. So there's this idea that maybe you can go a lot of rounds, right? Like your stamina, right? Remember I was saying you're built, so maybe you look really athletic. And so there's this idea of like how long you can go. Maybe you tire people out. Maybe people I feel like they're going to get locked in dealing with you. I just heard Make-A-Wish kid. So, like, I'm dead. Like, I feel like people feel like if they get to mess with you, they got lucky. Like, I don't even know how to explain that, because, like, you know the phrase when people, like, get lucky, but it's like, that's how they truly feel if they get with you. Even if they get even a fraction of your attention, like you actually go up to somebody and talk to them at the bar, they got lucky just talking to you, because you can really go up to anybody is what I'm getting. I feel like you go out and you get a lot of attention off rip just for standing around and being yourself. Okay? It almost looks like it's the same woman here, right? Like you standing around being yourself is like a trap. Like people be floating around you, looking at you, waiting to shoot their shot. But it's like they don't even know what to do. They don't know. They're not sure. Even with this Two of Pentacles, like he don't know what to do with this coin. This dude don't know what to do with this coin. Like he looking at her like, okay, all right, I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna say my name. I'm asking her how she doing. Oh, no, that's not cool. Like, maybe I can compliment her hair. No, I don't want to seem thirsty. Like he don't know what to do. He's not sure how he wants to approach you. And it's because you have your own coin, right? It's like they don't know if they really have what it takes to impress you. And that's why it does seem like almost like a shock. Like maybe some people get tongue-tied or flustered when you approach them because like they wouldn't expect you to want to approach them. You get what I'm saying? So then underneath here we have the we have, what is this? The Queen of Cups. Then we have the Fool. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune again. So first of all, people feel like they are going to get lucky with you. I'm also getting rounds of, man, people feel like you have a reputation for having a lot of stamina. But I'm also getting, you have a reputation of being hard to handle, right? With the Devil. You have a reputation of being hard to handle, hard to tame. Or people have this idea that you would be hard to tame because you give a lot of attention. Because everywhere you go, you know, there are people looking at you or wanting to hit on you or wanting to flirt with you. And so there's this idea that like either maybe you get around, like maybe you secretly get around, or maybe it would be hard to lock you down because you have all these options. You can choose from anybody. And then we have the Queen of Wands here, and it's because you're literally so hot, right? You see how this dude is running after the situation? It's like there's this I would also almost say like it's an anxiety here that if people feel like if they really get with you, then they have to worry about other suitors or they have to worry about all this other competition because of how attractive you are. But I feel like this is just an insecurity, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's an insecurity. But that's what I'm getting with these two Wheels of Fortune. Like you just have, people feel like you just have so many options. Like you just have, like, why would you even settle with them, right? Why would you be loyal to them? Why would you choose them? Why would you walk up to them and say, hey, like, because they feel like you can really get anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go after the better looking person. But I'm looking at this Queen of Cups here and how he's like, you see how he's like underneath her or whatever? I'm kind of like covering it, but not really. Like he's like underneath her. And then at this Four of Wands, like she's standing in this pool of water. So like there's this like speculation or maybe just even gossip about how wet you get. You know what I'm saying? Like how, what is it called? How aroused you get. I do feel like there's a lot of energy around you being too much to handle. Yeah. Because there's like so much water here. So, and then like these wands are floating. So like this idea that you need a lot. Like people feeling like they won't be able to handle it. They wouldn't be able to satisfy you is what I'm getting. Right? Like you're not easily satisfied. Okay? But it's like people want to know what that's like. They want to get under you and see if they can, right? There are some people who want to accept the challenge, for sure. But there is this anxiety that they're not going to win, right? They're not going to accomplish the goal that they set forth. But it's like if they did accomplish it, they would be so surprised. They would be shocked if they actually were able to satisfy you here, okay? And I also feel like, because she's on top, so there's this energy of like you being in control. You're the boss. Like you're the big kahuna. You know, you're the one running the show. And so like, yeah, like you, and I keep thinking about Megan Thee Stallion. Like I really do keep thinking about Megan Thee Stallion. What if she watches my videos? Oh my God. But like, I do feel like literally people feel like you would run the show, you would run them in the bedroom, and if they can't keep up with you, they feel like you would toss them out, you would discard them, you would just be like, all right, next, you didn't pass the test, bye. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you have done that in your reputation, right? Maybe you're a flirt, or like I said, I feel like there's this energy around people feeling like you're the flirt, or that other people flirt with you. Like there's just too much competition, right? People are afraid that like there's a trap here, like it looks good, but it might not be stable, or it looks good, but there's an issue of ego here with the devil, like a codependency, right? Like they're gonna come in, but it's like if you already are coming in, not you, but other people, if they're already coming in like they're less than you or they don't have enough, then I wouldn't be surprised if the whole relationship, they're worried about who else you're talking to, and they're worried about if you are getting bored of them or not. But that's what I'm getting here, like, oh, even here with the Fool, right? The Fool is right underneath this Queen of Pentacles. And in both of these, there's like an emphasis on like the groin area. And so it's like, and you see how she's like inspecting him? And so it's like there's this energy of like, can they satisfy you? Right? Do they have the key to the lock? Right? This is the treasure, right? This is the X marks the spot, right? But do they have the key to the treasure chest even if they get to it? Right? Is this actually going to satisfy? And you see how she's inspecting? Like I said, like you run the show. You're the one who makes the decision on if it's going to work or not, if they can satisfy you or not. And the Fool, I also get the Fool being like inexperienced, especially compared to the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like there's this energy already of just like people feeling like they're not really going to be able to measure up to you. I feel like your reputation, I don't know, I feel like your reputation has a lot to do with the anxiety that you induce in other people, right? How other people feel about approaching you and getting involved with you. It has a lot to do with your reputation. I feel like you might not really be reachable like that, or there might not be too many people who actually know much about your personal business. For some of you, there are people, for some of you, this will resonate with like, I don't even know how to say this. For some of you, this will resonate regarding people who've actually dealt with you. But what I'm getting is this is like a lot of gossip or talking or speculation about what type of person you are. Okay? Like you could just be like a celebrity or like that person that just goes out, you're popular, but people don't really know you personally, but they might see you out a lot, or they might see you on Instagram or Twitter or wherever you are, and they're making these speculations about what it would be like to date you. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, yeah, you know, she cute, but people always in her, I bet she got a lot of people in her DMs. You know, dudes always coming to her at the park. You know, every time I see her out, there's always some dude talking to her, buying her a drink, or girl, you know, every time I see him, he talking to a new person, or he, you know, but he, you know, I don't think he actually gonna, you know, he'll talk to you, but I don't think he would really like settle down because, you know, he too fine, and, you know, girls always coming up to him and talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like that type of energy of like feeling like whoever's pursuing you is not going to be enough for you, is what I'm getting. Like, you just have so many options. And then even here, when I look at this Wheel of Fortune, it almost looks like a test, like watching people wrestle to see who's going to win, right? And so there's just so much competition here. I feel like maybe dudes have fought, or people have fought over you. Like, maybe you have a reputation of having people fight over you or try and compete with you, or there's a reputation here of like there being a lot of competition for you. But yeah, like there's not really a whole lot of info here regarding anything about really personal. It's like really like speculative. Now I will say this though, somebody is they're either talking about how wet you have gotten or how wet you might get. So I'm trying to be PG. I love 18 plus. You know, I'm trying to be creative so I'm not like too explicit. But I will say this. What is real is that people talk about your body for show. Like, you have a bum. See how she's like bent over? here, and then bent over here, and then even here we got a nice squat, and then we got booty right here. So I feel like people talk a lot about your butt, how nice your butt is. You can be really built. I definitely feel like somebody here is athletic. I do see strong thighs is what I'm getting. Okay. Let's see. Do I have any more messages? No, I don't think so. I think it's interesting. Yeah, this is really like not a whole lot of gossip about your personal life. I'll say that, which is good. You know, that's pretty good. But anyway, that's all I have for today, group 2. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, and if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye! Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and flip this card over and see about your reputation. I will say so far this has been really interesting and this has been fun, okay? So you've chosen the pink tourmaline, which is one of my more interesting stones. I didn't even know, when I saw this stone, I didn't even know there was like a such thing as a pink tourmaline. So it's very nice. We have the we have the 8 of Pentacles, a pirate ship. Ooh. Pirate ship. 8 of Pentacles. So already I'm getting this message about progress. Okay. I feel like you have a reputation. Maybe you don't really date. Okay. For some of you, you're in a long distance relationship, or you had a long distance relationship that people know about or talk about. And if not, I'm getting this energy here that you aren't really available to date. Okay, with the pirate ship. Like, you might be on the go a lot. Maybe you have a job that has you travel a lot, or you're not really home, or your schedule might not be very predictable or consistent. But let me go ahead and shuffle the rest of your cards, and I'll meet y'all on the other side. All right, group 3. So this is so funny. I think your group, I think a lot of people who've chose this pile are single and not really looking for anybody. Hold on, I feel like there was something earlier I was thinking of and I can't remember what it was. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember, was it important or not? Hold on. I don't think it was. Maybe it wasn't, because I would have remembered, right? Y'all, my ADHD is doing things, because now it's like my mind is already on my next task. It's like my mind is already thinking about what I'm going to do when I'm done recording this video. Okay? That might resonate for some of you. I feel like, okay, we're back in the game. We're back. All right. So, group 3. You might be an earth sign. You might be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You might just be a Virgo, because we have the Hermit twice. Before I get to the cards, I want to say this. I heard notches notches in your belt and also stops along the way. So I feel like for a lot of you, your main focus is not dating or relationships at all. I don't even get that you even focus on sex. I feel like you're very busy. You work a lot. Your work might have you traveling a lot on your own. And you might find people along the way that you can enjoy spending time with. But it's like, I feel like your lifestyle really doesn't allow you to prioritize those connections. Okay? Let's start here. So I have the stars, or the star, or stars, I guess. Then we have the Hermit, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So I feel like when we start here with the stars, your reputation, you're definitely very distant, or you have this reputation of being a little disconnected. You have a reputation of being a little hard to reach, far away. But also I get this energy of you working towards something greater, or working towards something beyond you, right? Like it's either you could be waiting for ships to come in, or it's like you're on your ship and you're out sailing to find what it is that you're looking for, right? These stars to me is really representing like this greater purpose that you are set on, right? The Hermit here, you are doing this alone. I feel like you're a very like mental or mercurial person, right? You're very, I'm getting strategic. You could be an overthinker. You could be in your head a lot, but you're also somebody I think just like requires alone time. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not an earth sign, the number 9 here is resonating, may resonate with you either as a life path number, or maybe you're seeing 9s a lot, or you're just in that energy of being a little selfish, right? A little bit more like to yourself, protecting your energy, and also just, I wouldn't say protecting your energy, but just like holding on to your energy, and also making money. Like I feel like this is about you building yourself. And so this Hermit energy you're in, it's like you need that alone time to focus on self. And so I feel like that's what people talk about, that you really do value being alone, because for you, it allows you to actually work towards what you want. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. And so I do feel like this is symbolizing a couple things. One, people do think you're like relationship material, you're marriage material. You are somebody who has something to offer people, right? People know you have something to offer. But I also feel like this is about people talking about how you are starting something that's sustainable. You're looking to start something that's valuable, right? That's worth your time, worth your effort. You may also have started a new job recently, or you're settling elsewhere. Like recently, you've made some decisions to settle in some way, either elsewhere or where you are. I don't really think it matters too much. But there is an energy here of like settling something down, building something, creating something stable. Okay, so people talk about that, right? Maybe you are in a relationship. I feel like for some of you, you're not in a relationship. Okay, but maybe for some of you have recently started a serious relationship. Okay, and I do feel like that's for not many of you. I feel like most of you in this group are kind of like a rolling stone, but like in a hermit way. Like you're not really dating. You know what I'm saying? Like you might meet people and hook up occasionally, make some friends occasionally, but for most of you, I don't get a vibe that you're dating. I'm getting somebody who is literally spending time alone. Or for some of you, you're in a long-term relationship, or like you're in a long-distance relationship, because I do feel like there's this energy of somebody being at home waiting on you to come back. Okay, and I'll get to that in a second. So we do have the 9 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, and so I do feel like here it's interesting because with the 9 of Pentacles, like I said, I feel like you are putting yourself first. You're holding on to what you built, and it's like you're taking your resources very seriously, right? You're trying to put them towards something that you know is going to benefit you in the long run. But when I look at this image, though, it does make me think like sometimes you do selfishly indulge in hookups. But it's like, I'm not seeing that it's like a constant thing. It's kind of like it's like something you do for you. Okay? But I also see here that for some of you, like, for some of you, maybe your lifestyle, you don't have a problem, like, dealing with people who are in maybe unhappy relationships, not in a serious way, like, but maybe you'll like indulge in those people or sleep with those people, or maybe you have a reputation, maybe you slept with somebody in the past who was married or in a committed relationship. I'm also getting that maybe you were cheated on in the past, and that's why you are a bit more self-focused now, because I did get that energy here because we have Six of Cups right underneath this Ace of Pentacles. And so it's like maybe people in the past, like you had a serious relationship in the past, right? Or you had a long distance relationship in the past and it didn't work out, right? Maybe that person couldn't handle the distance and they cheated on you when you were away, okay? That's what I'm getting a little bit there. So just take what resonates. We have the Magician here right underneath the stars. And so I feel like you make do with what you have is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like you have this greater purpose that you are hyper fixated on, or like you have this tunnel vision on. And so because of that, you don't really make time to really connect, but you do make do with what you have. You see how this guy is kind of like holding her here? And so it's like, if you come across a situation where somebody offers themselves, offer themselves, and it's convenient, you may take advantage of that, but it's not from a place of, oh, I want to tie this down. It's more of just about being resourceful, because you know that you're not actively seeking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not actively seeking relationships or hookups, but if somebody comes along and it seems convenient, right? You see how she is conveniently right there next to him. If it seems convenient, you don't really have a problem taking advantage of it, right? You see it more so as like, okay, like if you want to. But I do feel like with this Hermit here, so you have Nine of Pentacles again. So you got Nine of Pentacles twice, and you got the Hermit twice. And I'm gonna get to the other Hermit, but it's like for you, I feel like for some of you, you did try to have a long distance relationship with somebody, but it did not work. And maybe you tried this with maybe a couple people and it didn't work. And so now you have this mindset of just sticking to yourself, right? And so, yeah, that's like your reputation, that now because the long distance thing didn't work in the past, you're just sticking to yourself and doing you. When I see this Nine of Pentacles, I do see, I see somebody just laying on this bed, kind of content, laying on this bed alone. But then I also see somebody waiting on you to return, right? And because it's right underneath this Hermit. So it's like you're out doing your thing, pursuing your purpose, and there's somebody waiting on you. And so that's kind of what I got with like notches in your belt or stops along the way. It's like people might talk about, or you might have this reputation of kind of like leaving people hanging, right? Or leaving people waiting on you to come back, or there are people, right? You have a reputation of that there are people waiting on you to return to maybe a specific location, or there are people waiting on you to hit them up and see them again. But it's like people talk about this because it's like this the waiting part is the prominent part. Like you are on a solo journey. You are on the solo mission. And I'm seeing in a lot of ways like you don't really have time for them like that. And so these people are legit waiting. I'm going to come back to the Six of Cups. I feel like for some of you, there are people, like I said, with this Ace of Pentacles, maybe your reputation is that you settled in some place, or you went back to a certain place, and you settled there, or you went back to a certain place in the past and you're working on building something there, or you want to build something, or there's something about the past here with the Six of Pentacles, like, I mean, a Six of Cups, like nostalgia is what I'm getting. So it's like, maybe there's something you feel like you want to get back to that you miss, or there are people who feel like they want you to come back because they miss you. Okay? Like they miss your presence, or they miss, like maybe people want you to come back and invest in a certain place. They want you to settle in a certain place. This is really like, I feel like it's a little all over the place because you are, it's like you're settled in self, but you're not settled in a specific location is what I'm getting. Or rather, like I said, people just feel like you're hard to reach. You know, you are distant. Because what you're focusing on has nothing to do with them, you know? And then we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck again. And even this is like, you see this guy, like he's the Hermit, but he's like, she's offering herself to them. So it's like, you really just don't have, I'm seeing you have this reputation of being very nonchalant about your connections. And it's because you're just not focused on connections. You're not focused on dating. You're not focused on meeting people and hooking up and doing all that stuff. Because it's like your goals are more like money oriented is what I'm really feeling. Like your goals are just more money oriented. I feel like also with the Six of Cups, I feel like maybe people are saying like you would like to have children one day, like you're trying to build something to give to your children. Maybe some of you were married before and you got cheated on and you have children and you're working for something for your children. Or I don't know, the Six of Cups is real interesting to me because I do feel like, first of all, it's the only cups out here. Everything else is mercurial or earth energy, right? I mean, the star is like Aquarius, but this is a very like logical energy. And then we have the Six of Cups. And so I feel like there's this element of the past or childhood or nostalgia. Maybe people focus on the memories of you, right? Maybe that's really all people have. Like your reputation has a lot to do with like who you were in the past and how people feel about you in the past versus what you're creating now. Okay. But I do see I really don't see, when I see this Nine of Pentacles here and then this Magician and then even the Hermit, it's like people feel like you don't really have a problem attracting partners, but it's like there's this, you're not interested in keeping them. You're not interested in making things work. You're not interested in settling in a relationship right now. I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, you're building toward, it's like you're in the beginning of creating a foundation for yourself that it's like there's not really any room for fickleness. There's not really any room for you to focus on anything. I just don't see you focusing on anything else. Okay? Maybe some of you went back to your hometown. I feel that coming through with the Ace of Pentacles and Six of Cups. And so maybe people in your hometown now are talking about you being back and the things that happened before you left. Okay? But really there's not a whole lot of 18 plus here, except that, I mean, I feel like if you're a dude, you like butts. That's what I get here for the most part. But I feel like it's really like detached. It's really like, yeah, I like butts. You know, but you're not really, you're just not focused on that energy. Like your energy is not in that place is what I'm getting. But anyway, that's all I have for you today, Group 2. If you enjoyed this reading, or it resonated, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, then subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, Group 3.